Welcome to the Cowboys Corner channel, and here comes Michael Sanchez. Woo!
What's up, DJ? Can you hear me, brother? Oh, we had some miscommunication there. Some issues are already offset, but it's all right. We'll go ahead and start the show, guys. Welcome back to the Cowboys Corner, guys. Craig English in the building, man. What's going on? We got fifth quarter Cowboys back on the set right here. Fifth quarter, can you hear me okay?
Your audio is a little low.
My audio's a little low.
No, that's it ain't you. It's me. Hold on. It ain't you.
All right, that's good. Hey, this is what happens when you're live, guys. We'll kick this show off. Guys, we got 1980 coming. We got fifth quarter Cowboys in the house, and we got Boys for Life coming right here, guys. What's up, Chris Davis? Hope you guys are great. I'm glad. Thank you guys for stopping in on this Saturday, guys. If you don't mind, go ahead and share the link that we are live, and we'll pop this thing off something proper.
Loud and clear, right? Baby. Loud and clear.
But no, fifth quarter, man. How you been since that San Francisco game, brother? How you been since that terrible loss?
Hey, I promise you, bro, this is not a joke. Man, I want as upset as a lot of people that watched us over the years and saw us ran over the years probably would thought I would be. I really wasn't that upset because, you know, me and you, we've always talked behind the scenes on what we thought was going on and what could possibly happen, you know, potential with certain players and coaches and stuff. So I wasn't really upset, man. I knew Mike McCarthy had his hands full with the coaching part, you know. I thought Dan Quinn would fare out pretty good, and he did. I knew Kellen Moore was going to be just generic as it can be, but to be honest with you, I really thought Dak Prescott was going to show us why the Cowboy organization finally gave in to that contract. I thought Dak was going to really show us why the Cowboys pay him the money they pay him. Like, I really was counting on him. Remember, we talked before the game. I said, man, this dude is going to show up big time. But when he did, I wasn't upset because I was kind of just trying to speak it into fruition or whatever and hoping that Dak really shocked everybody. But, you know, you said something you said something early on in the season. You were like, people need to stop saying what's wrong with Dak. You was like, ain't nothing wrong with him. That's who he is. You was like, there's nothing wrong with him. So I wasn't as shocked as everybody, you know, probably thought I would have been because, man, to be honest with you, man, this team still has a little sprinkle of Jason Garrett in it, bro. They still had it, bro. We won and done. We either won and done or we don't make it. Man, we go 12-4, then we go whatever they done. 2015, we went 12-4, won a playoff game, and the next year we lose. Man, I forgot how many games we lost when Dez got hurt and Devin Street and Bryce Butler was playing that 2015 season.
We went 4-12. We went
4-12. Then we come back 2016, go 13-3, one and done. 2017, what we do? What was our record?
What year?
2017. What we do?
I don't know what we did.
So it's just back and forth. We have a good season, bad season, good season, bad season, and it still has Jason Garrett written all over it, man. So just since that San Fran game, man, I've been chilling, man. I kind of been low key, man. I ain't really been keeping up with what's been going on with the Star, man. You know, I'm kind of just laying low and just waiting for the season to start. Like, I'm not following it how I typically do, man. I do want to see what's going to happen with Coop and D-Law, but as far as just how I've been cool, bro. I haven't let it bother me because at this point, man, I don't know what else to expect, man. You know, you bring Mike McCarthy in there, and you know, everybody's saying you have a successful season, but to me, a successful season is a Super Bowl, man. I don't care about, you know, a winning season. You got a winning season. I consider you have a winning season when you win a Super Bowl with this team, and then you're like, all right, he won with him before, he can do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Mike Tomlin. He's won a Super Bowl over there at Pittsburgh. So his winning seasons matter because he's trying to get back to where he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So with Jason Garrett, they're like, oh, he had this many winning seasons. I don't care about that. I don't care about participation trophies. You know, it's Mike McCarthy, man. You know, it's just not. You know, I don't know, bro. I don't feel bad, good. I just feel like it's typical Cowboys. So that's all.
Absolutely. No, after that loss, man, y'all seen the video that I posted and very upset. Took me a long time to get back into the Cowboy thing. I know I've been on the Frisco Report, guys. Make sure y'all follow that every Tuesday on cowboyblog.net's channel. But it was just a lot of emotions because like we can never get over this hump. And I know I went on Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel and I said, yeah, he asked the question, how far can we go in the playoffs? I said, we're going to go one and done. And that's exactly what we did because the inconsistencies of the offensive line, all the holding penalties, all that stuff, you know, it boiled when Mike McCarthy didn't fix none of it. The players didn't fix any of it. It didn't get fixed. There was a lot of times where this defense had to bail out this offense and we couldn't really get nothing done. Boys for life. I haven't talked to you since that San Francisco 49er loss. How are you feeling? Guys in the comments, if y'all want to type in how y'all felt after that 49ers loss, y'all seen the video that I made after that game. But boys for life, how are you feeling after that game?
I'm feeling cheated. I mean, even though I knew, and even though we all know the producer Jerry Jones is, I still felt cheated, knowing the fact that Jerry Jones puts out a product every year, right, that is more basis of entertainment than winning, right? And he puts out this product that we all fall to, that is like, okay, we can get it done. You know, there's this narrative, maybe, but then when push comes to shove, it's like, okay, you're starting to see what this team actually is. And the real fans actually know what the actual problem is, and we already know what's about to happen prior to it happening. So after the San Francisco 49ers game and drinking that Kool-Aid of Dak Prescott again when it came to that game against the Niners, and then that game, and not so much against the Eagles, that last game, because I was like, it's their backups, it's this and that. You know, he struggled a little bit, but you know what? We're going against the Niners team. They only got Debo. If our defense can contain Jimmy G, you know, we got a shot. We can win this and that, because what we've seen our defense do. Mm-hmm. And then the game happened, and I was like, no, this is the same old what I've seen from year in and year out. I've been duped. It is what it is. I'm upset. I'm tired. I'm tired of the same old shit. And then you and I know already, based off of Twitter and everything, we're not considered. Fifth Quarter Cowboy can even be in that loop. We're not real fans because we talk crap, quote unquote crap, hate on our team, even though we just want the best for our team.
Well,
because we know what it is.
Well, here's the problem with that, and you bring up a real good point. Players and people think if you talk crap about a player, you're not a true fan, and that's where they're missing the point. I want to know how long they've been a fan, because players since 1960 for the Dallas Cowboys have came and they've went. And Dak Prescott, he's here. He's going to leave, right? Sean Lee was here. He left. He's gone. He's retired. The star has been the same since 1960. Players come and go. Just because you play for the star doesn't mean I have to respect you. Doesn't mean that it doesn't make me a fan that I don't like you as a player. I don't know you as a human being. Off the field, you could be the great guy, Walter Payton, man of the year, all that good stuff. But on the field, you have to earn respect. It's not just given because you wear the star on your helmet. And a lot of Cowboy fans, they don't understand that. And I don't know if it's because they haven't been a fan long. I don't know what the whole deal is there, but players come and go. The star remains forever. And that's what I wear. Yes, I might buy players' jerseys because they earn my respect. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah, I got you.
And so you're a true fan as long as you respect the star. And a lot of people on this YouTube platform don't respect the star. They want to promote their brand, get their donations, set up their Patreon, stuff like that. And that's taking a big crap on the star. You don't respect the star if you're trying to make money off of it. Jerry Jones makes enough money off of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Opinions shouldn't come with price tags, and mine never will.
No, and my won't either. It's I love certain players. Look, I'll tell you right now, I backed Dak going against the Eagles fan base. Dak against Carson Wentz, second overall pick against a 4th rounder. Going back and forth, putting my 2 cents into everything, looking foolish, right? Looking foolish, promoting my backing of Dak Prescott. But then Carson Wentz leaves. Dak is the best quarterback in our division, but our division isn't one of the best divisions in the league. We benefit, just like Aaron Rodgers and a lot of other quarterbacks, we benefit from a so-so division.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be awesome if we benefited to the fact to where we were always winning, just like Aaron Rodgers is in our division. But we don't win every year in our division. And our division is considered one of the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have one of the best teams in the weakest division, why shouldn't we win almost every year in our division? But we don't.
Mm-hmm.
We're always in a fight somehow in our division. And that's what sets me that's what puts me back to where it's like, is Dak Prescott the guy? Is he the guy? Because we're always fighting for a top spot in our division. When you see Aaron Rodgers, who is a top guy, even though he does benefit from a bad division, he's always top dog in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Us, not so much.
Mm-hmm. No, switching gears, we got Dallas Cowboys fan 1980 in the house, 5th quarter Cowboys back there in the background. Guys, if you want, share the link with your homies, get it out there. Let's get some people in here and let's talk some ball. 1980, the power man himself. I wanted to know how you felt after the loss to the 49ers. Take it away.
What's up, guys? Wow. We're still talking about 49er loss. Oh, okay.
This is my first video back since the offseason. So this is my first live back. This is my first video back since that loss.
Okay. Man, I got to get back in the time machine for this one. First of all, thanks for having me on. It's an honor to be talking with you guys, man. Got Boys for Life in the house, 5th quarter Cowboys in the house. Man, I like the new setup and everything, man. I appreciate you, bro. Wow. I've made numerous of videos since that loss. Let me go here. Let me take it this way. Our expectations for every year for the Dallas Cowboys have been pretty high, especially if you've been a fan long as I have.
Mm-hmm.
Year after year, we get these players. Matter of fact, I just dropped a video a couple of hours ago.
Yes, you did. Great video, by the way.
Talking about this situation. And I don't know what rock I've been under, but I just seen your video your reaction video. And I was like, oh my God. But that's a whole nother subject right there. Well, same subject, but you know what I mean. But every year our expectations are high for this team because just like any other fan base, we want to win. We want to win the Super Bowl. We want to do what the LA Rams just did last Sunday. We're not saying we're going to the Super Bowl every year. You know, I don't know who those fans are. I've never met those fans or whatever. But there seems to be something about other fan bases calling us delusional and all this stuff. And look here, man. This is what it is, though. We want to win just like anybody else. I mean, just like everybody else. Any other fan base. I was pissed off after that loss. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I was mad. Regardless of what type of team we had, regardless of what I knew, I kind of had a feeling what was going to happen. I still go with the assumption that we're going to compete. Everybody's going to show up and we're going to get out there and win. Just like going to work every morning, just like getting your paycheck, just like going to the store buying groceries for your family. You go on an assumption that you're going to make it to work. Matter of fact, Thursday, we had a real hard, heavy rain. And this is just for example. A little bit off subject, but I got to paint this picture so people can understand where I'm coming from. On the way to work, there was a car flipped over. Flipped over. Now, it was 3-something in the morning. They were probably headed to work just like I was. When they got in their car, off the assumption that they were going to make it to work. You get what I'm saying? So us being Cowboy fans, we're watching season by season, and we're having high hopes for our team with the assumption that we're going to do well, make it to the playoffs, and hopefully make it to a Super Bowl. Now, I'll let America's team shit and what the news do and, you know, the people on ESPN, NFL Network, and talking us being the number one topic, that ain't our fault. That's not our fault. You know, maybe that's Jerry's fault with the brand and all that shit, you know, yada, yada, yada. But we have high expectations for our team. We want to win just like anybody else. That was a winnable game. This Super Bowl that just passed wasn't all that. God bless them. God bless the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams. They did what they had to do to make it to the Super Bowl. Congratulations. Rams, they won the Super Bowl. Congratulations. You get what I'm saying? But that game wasn't like, I've seen better Super Bowls in my day. I've seen better athletes. I just witnessed and seen better. And that game against the 49ers was a winnable game for us. If everybody would have showed up, if everybody that's getting paid all this big time money, if they didn't turn into magicians, we could have had a shot. On paper, whatever you want to call it, stat-wise, we couldn't have gotten a lot further than we did. But physically, mentally, we weren't there. There's so much wrong with this team. And I know we're going to get down there. I'm not going to jump the gun or anything like that. But my reaction, I was pissed off. I was hurt. I was upset. But I got over it really quick because I hate to say this, I'm used to it. I'm so used to it. Like, I'm going to be pissed off like a fight. You know, you've been in a fight. You got your ass whooped. You won fights. You know, whatever. You get hit. You know how to take a blow. You know how to give them out. You get what I'm saying? It's going to hurt, but you're used to it. Because almost 30 years, I'm going to round it off to the nearest, almost 30 years of bullshit, you're almost immune to it. But it's still kind of, the fan in you still kind of, it kind of irks at you a little bit, kind of pisses you off. So that's why we continue to watch. We're going to continue to watch. We're going to continue to root for the Cowboys because we're fans, you know. There are a lot of different type of fans. in Cowboy Nation, I hate to say Cowboy Nation. I hate using that fucking word. It makes me sick to my stomach. But
just say native.
There's a few of us that are using this platform to for other things. Cowboys Corner can attest, but
yep.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. I don't want to go too
100%.
long. I'll let you get to the next thing, but yeah, I was upset, and I have a right to be because I'm grown.
No.
And I got high expectations for this football team because we got all this talent, like Emmitt Smith said, we got all this talent for no reason. So
yep,
it is what it is.
No, for sure, no. And so I think a lot of people forgot this too when the schedule got released. They ranked our schedule as the third easiest schedule, and so when you go 12-5 with the 17 game season, first year in, and I think that was the expectation. When you had a Super Bowl winning head coach like Mike McCarthy, you got this guru, and I'm putting that in quotations, and Kellen Moore. And then obviously we got Dan Quinn, who I was drinking the Dan Quinn Kool-Aid very early in the offseason. And I like what he did with Micah Parsons. I like what he did with Trayvon Diggs and Jaron Kearse, who surprised the hell out of me, right? But Bird Gang, next show I'll let you come in, brother. This is strictly Cowboys at the moment. But we Jerry Jones in this offseason already, stumbled across the tightrope, so to speak. He said, Mike McCarthy knows he ain't going to be the head coach for the Cowboys here in a couple of years. Dan Quinn's head coach potential. And Kellen Moore is over there sitting with his three play calls and not doing nothing with it. So, and obviously the offensive line, Joe Philbin, he's staying too. Connor Williams being there at that left guard, all those holding penalties. It just wasn't good. And I don't know how much power Mike McCarthy has, guys. And I want to talk about the power of the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, because if you got Connor Williams there holding, and Mike McCarthy don't make the adjustments. Is this a Kellen Moore guy? Is this a Jerry Jones guy? Why isn't he benching Connor Williams? Yes, he benched him for a little bit. All that stuff, but he came right back. And so there's continuity. That's Mike McCarthy says that a lot. There was no continuity. So fifth quarter Cowboys, if you're ready, how much power does Mike McCarthy have as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys?
He has as much power as I have as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
As much as Chan Gailey had, Dave Campbell had, all those guys.
Bro, like, let me see, man. And it ain't even just about him having power, bro. Like he lacked leadership skills. That locker room told Dak from now on, you lead the game speech. Like before, they didn't even want to hear from this dude. Last year, this man tore up a hotel conference room because he had them smashing watermelons. He thought that was going to motivate the team to get sludge hammers and have them smashing watermelons. Like, and if I'm playing like Mike McCarthy, I'm not smashing no watermelon in him, man.
Mm-hmm.
This year, he put up on a projector screen monkey butt powder.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he put monkey butt in all the locker rooms too.
He said his butt was chapped because of how, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, he has as much power as I do. Mike McCarthy is the only, like, watching the Super Bowl, I'm watching these head coaches. They look at their little play sheet. They talk. They look at it. Mike McCarthy keep his folded up the whole game. He don't even look at it. He don't even look at it. Like, I know Kellen Moore called the plays, but he don't look to see what play is next. Mike McCarthy don't. It's sad, bro. Jerry Jones says who's going to play. Jerry Jones says who's going to practice, who's going to start. It's always been that way. It's always going to be that way. Jerry likes to hire these type of guys. him and Mike McCarthy before he hired him. They sat at Jerry Jones' house and had beer and nachos. And Stephen Jones Jr. said, "Dad, what are you waiting for? This is the guy you want. This is the type of head coach you're looking for. What are you waiting for? Hire the guy." I mean, Jerry Jones, not Jerry Jones Jr. I mean, not Stephen. Jerry Jr. told him, "Dad, what are you waiting for?" Like, so he ain't got no power, bro. Jerry doesn't want a head coach like that, bro. You understand these hybrid college coaches that was on the market before we got Mike McCarthy, but they run the show. And Jerry don't want no coach that's going to run the show. Jerry wants a coach that's going to sit back. Jerry wants the head coach because he has to have one on the field.
That's right.
That's the only reason we got. If we didn't have to have a head coach on the field, it'll just be the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and the special team coach. And Jerry have a headset on up in the booth. Like, he only doing it because he has to have one down. Like, it's just for show, bro. Mike McCarthy does nothing. He's sitting there with the little play sheet folded in his hand the whole game. Literally, he doesn't even look at it. Kellen Moore calls the play. He don't even look at it. He does nothing. Sean McVay is a better coach than him, and that man head is on that plate. Like, he calls his plays. Even when, I mean, it's just, bro. He ain't got no pull, man. Mike McCarthy, he's just there, bro. He's just there getting his check. You got to have somebody there, and I to be honest with you, man, it is disgusting, bro. Like, I'd be upset to say one thing and then the media correct me and be like, "Well, Jerry said he's going to practice." Then what you gonna say? You ask me, is Michael Gallup practicing this week, and I say, "Well, we'll see what he's able to do." And then somebody to me like, "Well, Jerry said he's gonna be full participant." And you're like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
oh yeah." So it, and then Mike McCarthy just recently spoke out and say, stuff like this is new to him. Where, what I'm saying, like he ain't used to this, and I'm like, man, it's just disgusting, man. Jerry is, and I actually feel bad for the dude, man. I actually feel bad for the dude. He got thrown in the situation. So I don't know what he thought he was going to change or, but man, they don't respect you, man. Look how you motivate your team. You talk about money, powder, and you got them smashing watermelons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100%.
But just overall, bro, like I said, man, me and McCarthy had the same amount of pool as head coach.
No, 100%.
And I'm dead.
1989. Who's seen the Kurt Warner film session? 1980. Did you see the Kurt Warner film session?
Oh my God, yeah.
Talk about that. I was about 30. It was a 40-minute film session. I got about 30 minutes in, and my stomach was just turning. So 1980. Talk on that Kurt Warner film session, guys. If you haven't watched already, listen to 1980 right here.
When I watched that film session, it kind of proved my point of what I'm not a professional. I'm not gonna get on here and act like, I'm a Hall of Fame quarterback or anything like that. Kurt Warner knows the game. He has a Super Bowl ring. He knows the game. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's been in the situation. I like Kurt Warner because he's been through the fire. He's been working at the grocery store and all. He has the perfect story as an NFL quarterback. And he doesn't walk around here like his shit doesn't stink either. So I like the way he broke everything down. I mean, he let us know everything. It's what I kind of been thinking and saying about Dak Prescott. Love him to death. Y'all know me. I've been having Dak Prescott's back since day one. Go back, look at the videos. I was in 2016 till now. But I will say that out of productive criticism, I will say that Dak Prescott is still, after 6 years, still lacking at a lot of fundamental things. And that's scary to think when you have that type of problem this far, almost midway in your career, pretty much. The way he was breaking it down, man, it was awesome. I mean, I was glad he was doing it, so it'll let everybody see, because there are a lot of Dak haters out there. There are a lot of Dak lovers out there. There's some in between. You get what I'm saying? But the way he was breaking it down to see he was showing us there was one particular play. I think it was against the Cardinals. Where guys were wide open. And this what make when I saw that, this what makes me think that I don't even know what type of team we really have. These guys were open, and I've always said Dak waits to throw the ball when they're covered. Now go ahead and get rid of it. And Kurt Warner was breaking it down. He was like, okay, this is the time where you get rid of it. And Dak holds on to the ball so long. I'm like, what are you doing? Check your positions out there. Make sure everything's okay. You know, and it was just really to see somebody else on a professional level say those things. It was I was like, wow. And for him to break it down like he did, different cover schemes, different routes on the wide receivers, you know, he was kind of discussing everybody's position on the field and timing. Timing is everything, man, when you're out there on offense. And if you don't take advantage of that right then and there, it's going to pass you by. And Dak, he has a problem trusting himself and trusting the guys. And this is what I saw. I even went back and watched the Super Bowl. I even went back and watched the NFC Championship and the AFC Championship. And when I was watching the Super Bowl, I was watching Joe Burrow trusting his receiver. If you got a star receiver, man, he's making all this fucking money, say, man, make him earn his check. Stop bullshitting, man. Okay, our offensive line is broken. Cincinnati Bengals offensive line was broken too.
Boom.
So I don't want to hear, oh man, we ain't got no. I mean, that's a part of it, okay. But dog, it's time to put up or shut up, dog. You're a professional. You're supposed to be. You done been through. In order to become a professional, that means you've been through all the situations there is to go through into becoming a professional, whatever it is. If it's a professional skater, if it all them cats in the Olympics, if you're a sprinter, if you're gymnastics, if you're a professional ice hockey, whatever, that means you've been through everything there is to go through in order to be a professional. And you're supposed to adjust to everything, especially if you dig in your pockets and they full, or if you check your banking account and it says $100 million. You get what I'm saying? Say, man, y'all need to come with it. These guys, they do not show up. I saw Amari Cooper, all these guys giving up on routes. I saw guys just half-stepping. I saw Dak Prescott second and third and fourth and fifth guessing himself. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get rid of the damn ball. You're going to get yourself hurt again. And this time you might not be too lucky. You get what I'm saying? And so I was happy to go back and watch that film. I was happy to see what I saw in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, because it lets us further know. It lets us further know where we're lacking and how we don't have trust and faith in our players. Throw the damn ball in the air, man. He's supposed to be able to go get it. Like Dez Bryant used to do back in the day. All Romo had to do was throw it in the vicinity. Like Eggman and Irvin. Eggman said, man, I can close my eyes. The sun will be in my eye. And that ball will be right there.
Now, Teddy, let me ask you. You brought up Joe Burrow trusting his receivers.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think he trusts his receivers because of his accuracy? That Dak Prescott doesn't think he has that to trust his receivers? Throw it up in the air to where his receivers can come down with the ball?
Well, when you trust your receivers, obviously you want to be accurate. When you're throwing the ball, you don't, as a quarterback, you don't know how accurate you're going to be.
Right.
It's a gamble.
Right.
It's a gamble. When you're throwing a fade route, the coaches will tell you it's a gamble, man. It's designed.
50-50.
Those type of plays, me playing receiver, I already know that ball is going to be in the air, and both me and the cornerback are going to be looking up at it. You get what I'm saying? It's my job, like Randy Moss used to do. It's and Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin. It's my job to go get it. We already know Dak ain't accurate. We already know that. So
you're right.
If Dak's our starting quarterback, if Dak's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and he has a responsibility, he has a job, he's gotten a raise, he's gotten a promotion at his job. Your responsibility gets bigger. once you get a raise, once you get a promotion, once you get bumped up to supervisor, manager, whatever, CEO, whatever, your expectations from your fan base get bigger. You're supposed to make some things happen. All these stories about Dak Prescott, oh, I got a new coach. I got new this. Dog, you should already have the game down pat, man. You don't see Aaron Rodgers talking about, oh, I got a new coach. I got a new quarterbacks coach. All this shit. You don't see Joe Burrow talking about, oh, I got a new quarterbacks coach. I got a new behind-the-scenes coach. All this stuff. Say, man, you're supposed to have it together. 5, 6 years? You learned under Romo too? Say, man, you had time to think as well. You'd have had so many talented receivers that come through here. And I'm not just talking about that. It's the whole team, period.
Yeah. Off the line. That was horrible.
We don't even know what we have. I mean, I don't even want to talk. I ain't made no videos about the draft because I don't even know where we stand, man. All these guys not showing up when it counts. All these guys playing magicians when it counts. Dog, the Rams, the Bengals, they showed up, man. They made it to the Super Bowl. Them guys, Aaron Donald, say, man, he ain't playing, man. He already predicted, pointing at his finger before the Super Bowl even happened. You got to have that vision, man. You got to have that drive. Money don't do that. Money don't do that, man. I'm sorry. It just don't. It don't. You can give me $100 right now and tell me to go run a 4-1. I ain't gonna be able to run no 4-1. But you gave me the $100 though. Oh, I'm good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all these players that we got, like Emmitt Smith said, they wasting talent. Coaching staff, they wasting talent. All these players we got on paper, it looks so good. But all these guys turning the magician. Where they at? I ain't seen them. Where were they? The Rams, they showed up. They showed up, man, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Defense made it. Everybody, man.
Do you think it's a domino effect as far as turning into a magician as far as the offensive goes? Because we seen Cooper get like 4 or 5 targets a game. Is that an effect of the play calling, or is that because of Dak Prescott and where he's looking? Is it a domino effect of what's going on?
Well, let me ask you this, because we know what Cooper is, right? We know what Cooper is. He resonated Dak Prescott. We've seen Dak Prescott without Amari Cooper. We've seen him with Amari Cooper. He's a lot better, right? And so, Boys for Life, I was going to talk on behalf of CeeDee Lamb, right? I was going to ask you. There's talks about Amari Cooper possibly getting restructured, cut, traded, etc. CeeDee Lamb, he's not an outside wide receiver. He's a slot. He's a slot wide receiver who drops a lot of footballs. We all know the inaccuracy of Dak Prescott. That's nothing new. But the drops from CeeDee Lamb, can we trust him going forward with catching footballs and making bigger plays if we have to replace Amari Cooper with CeeDee Lamb as being a number 1 wide receiver? Let's talk about this domino effect, but let's specifically talk about CeeDee Lamb.
I don't think so. Not in this offensive scheme that we got going on right now. Not with Kellen Moore there. I don't think so, because Kellen Moore, I don't think, plays the strengths of CeeDee Lamb. We all know CeeDee Lamb is a yak kind of guy, go up and get the ball and run down the field type of person. We don't see that with and I know we've talked about this on Fifth Quarter Cowboys stream. He's the type of guy that is looking up the field before he catches the ball, which is why he drops a lot of his passes, because he's already looking up the field before he has the ball in his hands. Because of the play calling that it's a lot of screenplays, right? We see about 10 screenplays a game with CeeDee Lamb. We see it all the time. Now, if Amari Cooper leaves, that means CeeDee Lamb is going to be your number 1. And Cowboys Corner, we are on the same page as far as Dak Prescott needs an Amari Cooper to succeed in this league, right? And if you get rid of Amari Cooper, you're going to have CeeDee Lamb there, and I don't think that it's going to work out well for us. Right. Especially if you are honing in more on Dak Prescott and the passing and not focus on the run, because we already know that if Dak Prescott hands the ball off to Ezekiel, to Elliott, 20 to 25 times, he's undefeated. He doesn't lose.
Let me ask y'all this, right?
Go ahead,
so
the
other day, Cowboys corner, I said, you was like you didn't want to get rid of Mark Cooper. I said, what have we won with him? I said he in my opinion, like, yeah, he's one of the receivers that can, be acrobatic and go get a ball here and there. But in my opinion, man, he ain't just like, we still at home. Like he won the team. There are guys that come in on your team and make a difference. Lawrence Taylor made the Giants a different team.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons
made the Dallas Cowboys a different team.
Yes,
Amari Cooper didn't make us a different team.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
Amari Cooper didn't make this offense. Ezekiel Elliott made this a different team in 2016. You know what I'm saying? Amari Cooper, Dez Bryant had a bigger impact on the Dallas Cowboys than Amari Cooper did. And I'll tell you why. Tell you why.
Let me hear it.
The other day, you said, well, Coop ain't made a difference because we didn't get him the ball. Okay. Here's my rebuttal to that. If you have a quarterback who can't get the ball down the field, or who thinks for some crazy reason that he's waiting for a wide receiver to get 5 yards open in the NFL before he throw the ball, which that don't even exist.
Right.
Why would you waste $20 million on a receiver who you know you can't get the ball to? Not saying he can't catch it, but Dak, I don't think Dak has the confidence to put the ball down there. So I'm not saying Coop ain't good enough to catch the ball. What I'm saying is, if your quarterback and your offensive coordinator knows the best we can do for Coops is slants or screens or something, you're not going to spend $20 million for that. It's not about Cooper ability. It's about what can the quarterback do for him. Because those 50-50 balls Romo gave to Dez, he just put it out there. He just knew.
Exactly.
Well, hold on.
Joe Burrow said,
on.
I'm going to throw it down there. I know Jamar Chase is somewhere. I'm just going to throw it down there.
Go get that ball.
This is the difference I find in each receiver and each quarterback. You had Dez Bryant is not a Dak Prescott wide receiver. He is a Tony Romo wide receiver, where Tony Romo will throw the ball up and Dak Prescott Dez Bryant will come down with it.
Yeah.
Right? You have a Dez Bryant who is physical and will come down with the 50-50 ball, but you have a Dak Prescott who needs Dez Bryant to be wide open to throw to him. That's not going to happen. That doesn't happen because Dak Prescott needs a wide receiver to be wide open to throw the ball.
Mm.
And
Tony Romo can throw the ball up in the air and have confidence that Dez Bryant will come down with it. Dak Prescott doesn't have that. And that's what I've seen with Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott needs Amari Cooper to be wide open for him to get the ball.
That's the quarterback's fault. That's not Amari Cooper's fault.
I know.
I just said.
Well, hold on.
Which is why. Okay, I'm waiting. Go.
Hold on. Here's my thing. Continue. Hold on 1 second.
What I'm saying is that Amari Cooper doesn't get targeted, right? Because he's not open enough for Dak Prescott, who benefits enough from Dak Prescott. It's the second, the third, and the fourth wide receiver. Those guys.
Hey, Izzy Prado, you said if you lose Coop, you had no receiver. Who was our leading receiver last year? Was it Amari Cooper? No,
it was Wilson.
No, Amari Cooper. That's it.
It was Wilson and Lamb.
And like, y'all missing the point. Y'all saying that we lose. You like, okay, you may lose that coverage. You may lose, but by mid-season, man, they was one-on-one at Cooper, man. They weren't afraid of him anymore. Couldn't nobody get open. No. These guys couldn't get open. Amari Cooper can run laps around Dez when it comes to route running. But he did not have a bigger impact on the Cowboys than Dez Bryant. Man, you put that ball up there, I don't care who's on Dez. He's getting it because you got to have quarterback and wide receiver connection and chemistry. You can take right now. It's debatable that the Green Bay wide receiver, I can't think of his name,
Devontae Adams.
It's debatable that he's the best wide receiver in the league. You put him on another team, he's not that good because another quarterback cannot have that connection that him and Aaron Rodgers got.
Yeah.
What Drew Brees and Michael Thomas did when Michael Thomas led the league, you can't create that nowhere else.
Yeah.
Where do you think Michael Thomas is? Nowhere to be found.
You guys take it over real quick. Give me 5 minutes.
Go ahead,
Give me
bro.
5 minutes.
All right.
What'd you say, bro?
Thomas is nowhere to be found once Brees left. Gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gone.
And that's my point. My point isn't Amari Cooper isn't good enough. My point is if you're not designing plays to get that man that ball as many times as you have to, then you're wasting $20 million.
Exactly.
So if you're not going to use him to his best ability, or if him and Dak just can't get on the same page, that's why I said I'm okay with them leaving. Because if you're gonna spend $20 million, then make it worth it. Find out something to get that man the ball. Why doesn't your number one have more targets than your number two?
Or your number three.
Or your number three. You're wasting talent. So that's my point when I said when they was talking about they're gonna let him go. We're not using him. Cooper's talented, but we're not using him to his best ability. Yeah. Because there's something with Dak. Either he don't trust his arm, either Kellen Moore don't trust it, or for some reason Dak Prescott thinks, I don't know, man. Since he's been in the league, bro, Dak will stand there in that ball like, get open 2-3 more yards. I'm gonna throw it to you. Like he doesn't know.
You ain't got that kind of time.
This is the NFL, brother. This has been one of his problems. You ain't got that type of time. And to be honest with you, a lot of times he's got sacked. It's because he held that ball too long. These big linemen, good or not, can only hold somebody off for so long, man.
Exactly. Without holding.
Thank you. Without holding. Yep. Without holding. So my point is that Amari Cooper, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying if the Cowboys aren't going to use him right, then don't leave him on this team and giving him $20 million.
Wasting talent.
Wasting talent. And I didn't hear Emmitt Smith said that. That's crazy. I didn't know he said that.
Emmitt Smith said that. I was like, whoa. I mean, they've all been talking, man. Emmitt, Aikman, Irvin, Dion, everybody, they tired, man. They are like when the Hall of Famers get tired, when the Hall of Famers start talking, man, you know something ain't right. Something is not right. There's been a pattern. There's been a pattern with this Dallas Cowboy team, man, that is just not right, dog. And I know I've been fed up. I just been kind of dealing with it. I just learned how to deal with it.
It's like what Jimmy Johnson said. When he was a coach, you never once saw Jerry on the field. Never once. Yeah. There was an interview he gave. He said he never it was either Jimmy or one of the players. They said when Jimmy was a coach, you never once saw Jerry on the field. Why? Because he was just starting out trying to get his affairs in order. Yeah. Once Jimmy left and you had Barry there, that's when you started seeing Barry. I think it was Aikman. That's when you started seeing Barry's. That's when you started seeing Jerry on the field. And that's when it was different.
Yeah,
when it was going to be a different team once you started seeing Jerry on the field.
When Jimmy Johnson was our coach, Jerry used to, when we were really, really winning ball games, Jimmy Johnson would come out the booth and Jerry Jones would come out the booth and Jimmy would be like, man, what the hell is he doing down here? I remember one game I was there, I was a little boy on the sideline, and Jimmy Johnson was like, what the hell is he doing down here? He needs to take his ass back up there where he belongs. Like, I'm serious. I was like, and to hear that, you know, I looked up at my dad. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, really, dog? You know, stay on up there, man. That's where you belong. Yeah. And that's the problem. That's been the problem. I get it, man. You love your team and this is new to you and all this stuff. But dog, what you're doing is enough. Owning the Cowboys is enough. You being a billionaire, that's more than enough. That's it. You've reached it, man. Let these players, let these coaches, let these players play. Let these coaches coach. You're not a coach. You never was. You and Jimmy Johnson played on the same college team back in the day, but that don't make you know, oh, I know football. Now, obviously, apparently you haven't, because it's been 30 years. My wife and I was talking about this earlier. I was gonna take my kids. My kids been talking about going to the Star, and I was gonna take them because it's some decent weather. But I thought about it. I'm like, nah, you know what? Nah, I don't feel like being pissed off. I don't feel like being upset. Nah, I can stay at home. I ain't got time. You get what I'm saying? All that world, that whole world. I've made deliveries to the Star, and it's like the FBI. They want your phone number. They want your social security number. They want all this stuff before I even can back up to the dock. They want my license plate number to the truck. They want to weigh my truck when it comes. They want to weigh it when it leaves to make sure that all kind of shit, man. They got all this going. This whole Jerry world over here. He's got Frisco and he's got.
Y'all keep holding it down. I'll be right back. Y'all keep holding it down.
The stadium in Arlington. You got all this going. You can mastermind all this rich, all this millionaire, billionaire shit, but you can't mastermind to get the right coaches in here, to get the right players in here, to get us a Super Bowl. What the game is naturally about, winning, not who's a bigger fan, not who's going to games, not who's representing the Cowboys more than anybody. It's about them going out there. It ain't even about us. It's about them going out there, doing their fucking job. Everybody showing up. Everybody practicing. Like DJ said, like the quarter said, being on the same page with your quarterback. All that got to do, if he don't trust himself, if he's second and third guessing himself, if he knows he's not accurate, you know you ain't fast. You know you're not strong. You know you're not accurate. Whatever position you play, you know you're not tall enough. You know you're not short enough. Get that ball out there, your receiver's supposed to go out there and get it. If you throw it in his vicinity, Michael Irvin said, hey, Eggman, I've heard him say it personally. Eggman, just throw the ball up. I'll take care of you. I'll get it. That's what Eggman did. Eggman was a lot more accurate than a whole lot more accurate than Dak. But if you know you're not that accurate, man, trust your receiver. Let him go get it.
Yeah.
Let him go get it. That's what the other quarterbacks are doing. I'm not saying
and let me ask both of you this. When you would play on the playground, how often would you go up and be like, get me the ball? Get me the ball. I got you. I got you.
I had a guy in my neighborhood. He was about 6'2". And my brother, he'd be playing quarterback. Because my brother, he couldn't play really nothing else because he was older than everybody. It was an advantage. They couldn't tackle him. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was so much older and bigger. So he would play quarterback. And that guy, all he would do was point. Just throw it. Just throw it up. I'll get it. And he would come down with it. And like I say, that's just an example. You get what I'm saying? Dog, what I was trying to say is you got to be able to, being Dak Prescott, you got to be able to trust your guys. Y'all have to practice. They should be somewhere like tomorrow practicing. I know the season's over with. Dog, they should be somewhere in somebody's gym, somebody's outdoor facility, whatever, just getting on the same page. Just getting on the same fucking page. Making sure, dog, you getting paid millions of dollars. You don't have to punch nobody's clock. You don't have to do nothing like that. You're getting paid millions of dollars to do one thing. One job. One job. That's it. That's it. You don't got to worry about how your bills gonna get paid and all that stuff. You're living the life. All you got to do is practice on your craft. There should be no excuse. You being under America's team and all this shit and having the number one brand in sports, and that's what Jerry cares about, the money, and then the Star, and then one of the best arenas, stadiums in Arlington over there. You got all this shit, but they can't muster up enough brain power to bring a championship damn near 30 years, guys. So Jerry's been just keeping us right here. Not here, but right here. And we just been falling for it every year. Because we been so loyal and so diehard. That's all we're worried about. So we are part of the blame too. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying turn your back on your team forever, but somebody need to say something and make a statement because this shit been going on for almost 30 years. How long are we gonna keep being mediocre? How long is somebody gonna say, hey, 1980, oh, just give it time. Just give me 5 more years. Just give it another. I've been waiting since 95. So how long am I gonna keep? You get what I'm saying? Just like the analogy I used in my video I just made. It's like the donkey and the carrot. Jerry just keeps holding out that carrot to us, guys. He just keep holding out that carrot, and we think we gonna get it. I'm like, oh, we almost there. Oh, and he just keeps leading us, man. It's all about that.
But it's like when we're almost there.
Everything.
But it's like when we're almost there, he pulls it back a little bit more.
So
we got to start all over again.
He pulls it back.
Yeah.
Back, and we've been every year. We've been loyal. We've been going to games. We've been watching it from our couches. We've been pouring in money and buying jerseys and all this stuff. It don't matter to them, but it matters to us because we want to win. We played the game probably on different levels. We're competitive people. We want to win just like any other fan base. But when you got an owner like this that just cares about, bringing in money, you're already rich. You're already rich. What the fuck? I mean, like, say, man, they got to figure something out, dog. Because, hey, all the Hall of Famers, it ain't just us now. See, it ain't just us no more. See, can't nobody get on here and say, oh, you just talking. You being too hard on the Cowboys. Now, Michael Irvin, them saying it. Emmitt saying it now. Troy Aikman, Darryl Johnston, Dion, all the guys like, man, we soft. We wasting time. What the fuck y'all doing?
I find it funny that when we say this stuff, we have no idea what we're talking about. We're haters of the Cowboys. We are haters of the Cowboys when we say this thing year in and year out. We got to wait for upper echelon guys to say this stuff before we get validation. And I just find that completely funny.
They got us so twisted, man. They got us so twisted. We turning on each other. We like, oh, man, shit, you ain't no Cowboy fan, all this stuff. Say, man, the person you really need to be mad at is all them motherfuckers that didn't show up against the San Francisco 49ers. That's who you need to be cussing out. That's who you need to be waiting outside and waiting to fight them after the goddamn. They ain't gonna do that, but they gonna fuck with us because we getting on here and we saying our opinion about this sorry ass organization. I'm gonna say it, sorry ass. That's what we've been for 30 years, man. Jerry Jones has allowed this gate to open up and all this negative energy just fly out. And I'm getting rich. And we just feel like middle class and just, go Cowboys, ride or die. I'm doing drive-by shooting for the Cowboys and all that. Come on, man. Wake up, dog. Wake up. That ain't where it is. Dog, It ain't where it is. I'm telling you, man, he got us turning on each other, man. And guess what? When we fight and all that shit, and we fight amongst each other, and we fight, I done seen fights at the damn stadium outside, motherfucker. Can they call Jerry Jones and say, hey, man, I'm in jail. Can you bail me out? Jerry Jones will say, who the fuck are you?
Right.
You get what I'm saying, Doc? Say, man, wake up, man. If you're watching this live stream right now and you're a part of that, you need to wake up because they don't give a fuck about us, man.
They sure don't.
This. We need, I'm telling you, man.
I agree with you 100%.
Real coaches, he ain't gonna do that, man, because guess what? If we got some real talent in here and some real coaches, we'll start winning. And that expectations will go down because when you're winning and you stay on top, you're like, oh, we got this. Like back in the 90s, when we were winning games, I used to go down the list. Oh, we got win. Oh, that's a win. You don't even have to, damn near you ain't got to watch because you know you're going to win. They want to keep you afloat. They want to keep you in suspense. Like, oh, what's going to happen next?
It's all headlines. Headlines and money. Headlines and dollars. What you got to say, fifth quarter? What's up, man?
That was back when Jerry Jones used to have the Cowboys schedule put in the Dallas paper. You can go to the Dallas paper and see the Cowboys schedule back in the day.
Man, telling you.
That's that old
Cut it out, hang it on the wall.
But but like I was saying, man, I wasn't trying to knock Amari Cooper because, like I said, I feel like he can run routes with the best of them. It's him and Dak, bro. Like, dude, in the red zone, them quick feet, that man should score a touchdown every time.
Man,
Them quick feet, like the way he stutter step at the line and make folks guess what they doing. Amari Cooper should have so many touchdowns in the red zone, bro.
Man,
it should be bad. Like everybody said, Cooper's a red zone threat because that shoulder fade. But when you talking about them quick routes right there at the goal line, it ain't nothing. Dude, that dude should score so much, bro. But they don't scheme for him. They don't pick plays for him. They don't do when that dude go routes, it don't go good, bro. When Amari Cooper run a route, he shakes somebody. Dak Prescott want Amari to be 5 yards separation from the cornerback, and that just don't exist. That's why it be behind him or 2-4 in front of him, or he got to stop and get it, which mess up his yards after catch. It's just not a good connection, and I think they're afraid of it. They're too afraid of it. That's why they are so comfortable when Cedric Wilson is not there and he run across that field because he can do that because Cedric Wilson can outrun a lot of people.
Yeah,
in that slot, he will. That's why CeeDee Lamb's so good in the slot. He's open a lot, big open, 10 yards.
But here's my thing, though.
Here's
my thing with that fifth quarter.
Go ahead.
Have you watched the Court Order film study, dude? You got to see the route combination Kellen Moore puts out there, and Dak Prescott is not changing what Kellen Moore is calling. They ran all goes. Zeke goes into the flat, and the tight end goes up into the seam. There's a linebacker, a post. Yeah, there's a linebacker that knew exactly what was going on because a running back would go in motion. Dak Prescott has to understand there's 4 quarters. There's 60 minutes in a game. Half of the time they're sitting their asses on the bench with their tablets looking at what they're seeing on the field, and Dak Prescott's not making those changes. You have to overcome. We talked about this with Jason Garrett, right? The players have to overcome Jason Garrett. The players have to overcome Scott Linehan. Dak Prescott, it's your time now to overcome Kellen Moore. And you're paying Amari Cooper $20 million. And by the way, for you to saying he didn't change the game and made a difference on this team, I talk about the Eagles game when we traded for him, whenever Dak Prescott underthrew the ball. I could talk about Cooper Rush's Minnesota game against when Cooper Rush had to start this past year. Amari Cooper stepped up to the plate. There's a lot of games where Amari Cooper made a big difference. All right, he was a big game changer. Without him, I don't know if we won. I don't know if we win those games.
The team.
He brought winning mentality, though. Remember, all the players come out here, and he took off his helmet, and he's like this, I'm here. That's what Coop brings, man. He works. He works. Remember when we traded for him, and the Dallas Cowboys did an interview with Amari Cooper, I called you up because, you know Roll Tide, right? And I said, dude, Amari Cooper, he don't look happy to be here. He said, nah, bro, that's just him. Yep. He works in silence, bro. And when you get him the ball, and when you can scheme around him, which Kellen Moore don't do, and you can get him the ball, that $20 million looks very smart. But if you watch Kurt Warner's film session and Dak Prescott could take control of his offense and get the ball into his playmakers' hands, that's why we're having this conversation.
And that's why I said I'm not putting it on Coop. But if you're not going to use him, then you're wasting money and talent.
But that's on Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying Coop ain't. I'm saying if you're going to cut him this year, I'm not upset because they're not going to use him anyway. So it's going to be wasted money. We're going to be screaming, get the ball to Coop all year, and it's not going to happen. They're going to try to run it up the middle with Fat 21 and do all the same old basic.
He has one more year left on his deal. We get him the hell out of here. But the problem, though, and I'm going to go to Boys for Life on this one, the problem is when Travis Frederick left, we haven't replaced him. When Ronald Leary left, we haven't replaced him. We just talked about how dynamic Zeke is, right? Even though he's a fat bowling ball looking like Eddie Lacy 2.0 out there. And we know what Zeke brings to the team. So if we get rid of Zeke, do we have to, Boys for Life, you got to answer this. Do we bring another Zeke type in here? Do we bring a Derrick Henry type in here? What type of running back? Because we can't use a guy like TP. I love TP, but he can't carry the rock 25 times a game. Absolutely not. He just can't. His body, Tony Pollard. Pollard can't carry the rock 25 times a game.
He can't.
So what kind of running back, when Zeke leaves, what kind of running back are we going to get? Because we know pass protection Zeke brings to the team, the physicalness, setting the tone, all that. Even though Zeke's one leg looking like Gippy Moe out there, he still is a game changer with the gimpy leg, right? So game changer. When Zeke leaves, pass protecting is everything, brother. You know, Dak Prescott was only, I think, like 5th least in the NFL in sacks allowed. And we're talking about the only problem with the offensive line was their holding, their penalties, right? Pass protection wasn't a big issue.
That's why he was.
Well, your holding comes from your center, your guard to your tackle right there. Now, I think if you get rid of if somehow Kenyon Green falls to you at the guard position over there from A&M, who's regarded as one of the best guards coming out of this draft, I think that eliminates a lot of your issues as far as pass protection, run blocking, all that. And you may not need Zeke as much because he's a 6'5", 200 and fucking whatever how big he is. I know he's 6'5", 230 some odd pound guard. He's a big boy coming out of A&M. He has a guard position, right? And we're already talking about getting rid of Connor Williams. This is the one guy we got to look to. We have Zeke one more year on this on our team, right? And we already know what Dak Prescott is, right? We already know what he is. For him to succeed, even though we're not a ride or die with Dak, for him to succeed, we need Elliott to succeed. And for Elliott to succeed, we need this offensive line to be what it was in 2014, 2015, 2016. That's what we need. And I honestly think if you get a Kenyon Green out there, 6'5", 300 and something pound guard out there, I think that eliminates a lot of your issues as far as the run game goes.
Because Kellen Moore couldn't even scheme around what he had on the 5 on the line either.
Yeah, I know. But we had, what's his name? Connor Williams, who was an if guy. He was iffy to us, a lot of us. You already had your weak spot at center, and then you had another weak spot at guard, and then you had your
stretch, DJ. You'll be all right.
Smith, you had Smith, who was missing 5 to 6 games a year. I think if you put a resurgence at the guard position right there in Green, I think you're okay for right now. For right now, you're okay, especially if you want this run game to succeed because of what you have with Dak.
All right. 1980, what's your closing statements here? I got to watch back and see what y'all talked about. I'm sure it was fire, guys. I do apologize. Missed it on my own damn live. But 1980, what's your closing statements, brother? What you got?
Wow. I agree. Everything Boys for Life just said. Now, I haven't been really too passionate about the draft anymore with this team. I don't get my hopes up. I stopped getting my hopes up college prospects that I really, really want because we don't get them. There's been maybe a few in my since 95.
We're at the draft together, by the way, 2018. Salute to my brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, we were at the draft together, and that was. We're seeing the results from that. But offensive line is always the route to go. Every running back's different. You made the statement about what type of running back we should get. That kind of depends on that running back. It depends on the offensive line. There's so many different ways, so many different doors you can go through to address that question. I've seen running backs that didn't need an offensive line. I've seen Barry Sanders. I've seen Walter Payton. I've seen guys that didn't need an offensive lineman.
Jerome Bettis didn't need one.
The bus. Ironhead Hayward. Guys back in the day, just Christian Poirier, the Nigerian Nightmare. I mean, there's so many different guys. So many different style of running back. Emmitt Smith was he was a special running back too. Bo Jackson didn't need a running back. Bo Jackson would have been the greatest running back of all time if he wouldn't hurt his hip, like he did in that Kansas City game or Bengals game or whatever it was. But Emmitt Smith, I love him to death. But he was a great back. had different attributes than Barry Sanders, but if it wasn't for that offensive line, Emmett wouldn't have had as great as a career as he did. He would have been great, but it wouldn't have been as great as it was. He'll attest to that. Daryl Moose Johnston opening doors for him, leading the way for him. They cried together in his last game or whatever. So it just Ezekiel Elliott, when he got his money, it just kind of when you reward somebody something without them earning it, and that's the new NFL now. That's the new generation. Mm-hmm. That's the new generation now. So
that's another thing. That's another thing Emmett was talking about.
They didn't do that back then. Emmitt Smith earned his contract. After the Super Bowl, he held out. After they won a Super Bowl, he held out because he felt like I'm not going to get into that, but that was just an example. Now these players, they want to get paid without even winning a Super Bowl or even coming close to it. They feel like, oh, I had a good year. You need to pay me. So everything right now is a gamble. It's a ripoff. We don't know what we have. We don't know how good these players can be now. You done already paid them. You done already gave them the money. If you started a job and they give you a bonus right then and there, they give you your whole year's salary right there. You're gonna be like, oh shit, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing
nothing.
You done already paid me, dumbass.
Wow.
I'm good.
Wow.
Stop these players. They know what they're doing, man. You get what I'm saying? So, offensive line, just like Cowboys corner just said, it hasn't been the same since Travis Fredericks and Ronald Leary. They never replaced them. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know what we have and who we have. Talking about the draft right now is very premature because, for one, we don't get the players that we want. I mean, we got Parsons. A lot of us didn't even know we were going to get him. We got CeeDee Lamb. Those were two good picks. But other than that, I don't put too much stock into the draft anymore, man. I just wait and see until that time comes and they sign on that dotted line. Hopefully they work something. We don't know how they're going to be, I just need this organization, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna need this organization to get better because it's hard to talk about players, draft, rookies, contracts, and all this stuff when the organization and the front office isn't right. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to do that when they're not right. You can't do it. It's impossible.
For sure.
You can have a lot of good players. Like Emmitt Smith said, this whole thing is pretty much about what Emmett said, what Urban said, what Dion been saying, Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman don't even want to do our games anymore because he's just so fucking exhausted, man. I mean, it's embarrassing. But it's hard to talk about those things, man, when you got an ownership like this. Okay, they bring so-and-so in there. You said he was 6'5", 200-some pounds. They bring him in here. Then what? You see what I'm saying?
Get better.
So, it's just like we don't know. Hey, you know what though? Everything I'm saying, last thing, I would love to be wrong. I would love.
We all would love to be wrong about Dak. I would love to be wrong about Dak. I'm ready to eat that crow, but it don't look like I am.
But that's all I got, man. Sorry if I ran my mouth too much tonight, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely not, brother. Thank you.
Everybody hit some valid points. I respect y'all, man. Keep doing y'all's thing, man. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up because you never know what the day is gonna bring you, man.
It's gonna bring you. Peace out. One down. Boys for life. What you got for closing statements, brother?
Man, for me, I had an epiphany a couple weeks ago, and it was what we have with Jerry right now and what we had with Jerry back then, right? Of course, when we had Jerry back then, when he first bought the team, 1980. I know you are a few years older than I am, a few years older than a couple of us are. So you know what's going on. But what I realize is that Jerry is a big promoter. He will put out that product, no matter how good, no matter how bad, no matter whatever it is, because it's going to put money in his pocket. That's what he wants. He's an oil field salesman, and that's what he's doing, right? What I realized is that no matter how good, no matter how bad, no matter how mediocre, whatever this team is, Jerry's going to sell this team to the fullest and put whatever fans are buying those tickets in those seats. That's what he's doing. The bottom line is, let me make that money. That's what he's about. And I've realized with the Cowboys that when he first bought this team, he needed to make a name for himself. And what did he do? He had Jimmy Johnson, who was great with personnel, a friend of his, right? Going back to Arkansas days, right?
Mm-hmm.
What he did with Miami, now he's the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And let's be real here. Jimmy Johnson didn't do what he did until he got rid or traded Herschel Walker. That's when he, like I said, he's good with personnel. He drafted Emmett. Michael Irvin was already there. He got his Troy Aikman. He got his Darren Woodson. His Larry Allen. Not Larry Allen. What's his name? The dude they had the 2 interceptions against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Larry Brown. He got his guys, right? He got his guys a great train robbery to fast forward his Super Bowl team. He majored in psychology, Jimmy Johnson did. So he knew how to mess with guys' minds to get the best out of him. So once Jimmy did what he did, Jerry had the ego, and Jerry said, I can basically hire any coach I want, and I'm still going to win, which was true for a season. But now we've seen for the past 30 years, Jerry is the GM. And like Jimmy said, he hates to be wrong, which a lot of us do, right? A lot of us hate to be wrong. But when you have a franchise like you do,
yep,
you need to eat that humble pie occasionally. And it's hard for Jerry to do that, which is why we are stuck in this conundrum of Dallas Cowboy 30 years, and we will never see nothing until either Steven realizes it or Jerry realizes it that, hey, I need someone else in here who actually knows football to get us to where we need to be as a franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, Boys for Life. Where can they find you, brother?
You can find me here on YouTube, Boys for Life. Or you can find me on Twitter at Boys for Life 04. That's where you will get my real-time football action when it's football season going on. Other than that, you will hear me football news, and you will most likely disagree with what I got to say because I am one of the
realist.
Okay, we can put out realist football fans out there, Cowboy fans out there, to where I will pick my team, the Dallas Cowboys, over a player any day if I see they are not following suit or they are not producing.
Representing the star.
If they're not producing for my star.
Fifth quarter Cowboys, brother, man. What you got for the closing statements, brother? And close it out with something proper. I know you got something.
Not really, man.
Wake up.
Man, I really want to appreciate Ron Leary and Doug Free, man. They didn't get the flowers they deserve, man. We did Doug Free wrong, man. We did Doug Free wrong, man. I want to give a little appreciation to Doug Free, man. But man, 98 hit the nail on the head. We said, man, I don't want to talk about draft because I don't know what we need. Man, hit the nail on the head with that dude. Like, cause I mean, what when your team ain't got no identity, you don't know what you need.
Yeah.
Like, you hit the nail on the head with that one, bro. Like, and it always takes me back when we was really heavy on the round table when everybody in the chat was like, "Oh, we need to use Dak legs," and you was like, "Let me tell y'all something. I've been watching football too long. Quarterback don't like to get hit, man.
Nah.
Quarterback don't like to get hit, and now they see why.
Yep.
They see what happened to Dak. and they see why. And you said that years ago.
Yeah.
You told the quarterbacks don't like to get hit. And, man, overall, y'all, I at this point, I'm just watching the games.
There's nothing to get excited about.
I'm just watching the game because I've been a long-time fan. Really just watching the games.
Can you say you were excited because we're in the playoffs? Can you say that you were excited because we got into the playoffs?
Nah.
No.
I wasn't. I told y'all when Dak made me a fan was that Seattle playoff game. He played his tail off that game. He played his butt off. I gave him that. But like what you just said, like these guys ain't got to prove. They getting their money before anything.
Mm-hmm.
The way the NFL set up now, all you got to do is hold out.
Yeah, exactly.
They ain't got nothing to prove no more. They got nothing to prove, man. They got nothing to prove. And one day, people gonna give me my apology about D-Law. They're gonna give me my apology about Tyron Smith.
I won't do it.
I want my apologies about these two players. I'm telling y'all, especially
Tyron.
Yeah, Tyron. I want my apologies. They jumped down my throat years ago.
I hate trying to do it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I remember. My apology, man. Man, when I say let's move.
Hey, just water. We on the same boat with Law.
I know it.
Hey, y'all leave Law alone. Y'all leave Law alone.
He gonna talk about something. Oh, I'm gonna man.
Y'all leave Law alone.
Anyway, look, man. Look, y'all. I'm just watching these games. If they want to get rid of D-Law, if they want to get rid, because look, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now.
Oh, man.
I can point to y'all defensive ends that give out the same type of energy that DeMarcus Lawrence give out, and y'all won't even know their names. These guys that we have are not end all be all, man. Y'all just happy with it because they already on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He makes plays.
I can name tons of them that make plays.
He forced fumbles week once, and he got hurt, and he came back and forced another fumble.
Like,
he's the best run defender.
I'm not commending DeMarcus Lawrence for doing his job. He's doing his job.
Why you act? What?
Like you act? He act like
what he's
it's extraordinary. Like it's nothing. It's not. He makes plays to do. That's not the point. The point is Jerry Jones. Look at 1980. Jerry Jones.
Car, dude.
I'm still looking for.
Like, so if they decide to get rid of him and Coop, could they go ahead? They didn't take us to no Super Bowl. DeMarcus Lawrence and Mark Cooper didn't take us to no Super Bowl. Do what you got to do to get your money right. We you know what I'm saying? These guys are replaceable, man.
Yeah,
these guys are replaceable. And the Cowboys, you know, Will McClay, he does this thing, man. You know, Will McClay does this thing, man. And like I said, overall, man, to be honest with you, on one thing, let's stop saying Dak is a young quarterback. He going in year 7. Stop.
He going to year 7. Let's stop that.
Stop doing that. Stop, man. He's a young quarterback. No, man, like 1980 said, man, where you at right now? What you talking about me with a private quarterback? What?
Yeah.
Man, this 2022. You came in the league in 2016. You mean with a what?
He's supposed to be in his prime right now.
He was a week 1 rookie starter, too.
You talking about you meeting with who? Man, are you kidding me? Yeah. So stop it with that, man. Look, at this point, is it you have it or you don't?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you don't.
Yeah. I finally jumped off because I was in denial for years, man.
Hey, I remember we had a round table, brother. You know what's crazy? I wish you would circle back around. We could have another round table because fifth quarter wants apologies for all this stuff, but I've been here since 2017, week 2, hating on Dak.
Well, I ain't
where y'all been?
First of all, don't make me pull out footage of you taking up for Dak when I was telling you don't make me do it.
Was it pre or post week 2, 2017?
Don't make me do it.
Pre or post week 2, 2017? I was the only one
on that train for a long time.
Pre or post week 2, 2017? Which one was it?
I don't know.
And then, hey, we talk a lot off record though. Fifth quarter, you're telling me, yeah, Dak's the guy. He needs to get paid, and I'm like, what? And what did I tell you? However long they signed Dak, finish it for me. However long they signed Dak,
that's how long we gonna suck.
That's how long we're gonna suck.
But we at this point, like I said, one thing you did say that was like people need to stop saying what's wrong with Dak. Like, ain't nothing wrong with him, man. Just who he is.
Nothing wrong with that. That's who he is.
And like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong? And that's who he is. And like I said, for me, man, I'm not just sold on Coop. Coop didn't lead our team, and he didn't lead our team in yards. He didn't do nothing extravagant that made me like, oh my God, we can't get rid of this guy. No, he didn't. Like I said, he's a great talent. One of the best route runners, can break your ankles, but he needs a quarterback that can get him that ball right.
But what he did do was prolong Dak with us.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, but like I say, man, that Dez and Dak never worked, and I was always upset because I never thought it was Dez's fault.
No,
I never thought it was Dez's fault.
No, I never thought so either. That's why I've always said Romo was a Dez type of quarterback, because Romo can throw you up the ball, and Dez is a 50-50 guy who will go up and get the ball.
So
Romo, I mean, Dak is not that type of quarterback.
He want to make sure.
Which is why
right.
Dez Bryant failed under Dak Prescott.
So overall, man, everybody that came and watched this, man, appreciate y'all, man.
Subscribe to them.
Cowboys Corner, man. That mic, that setup you got us for. I like that setup. Man.
I thank you. Just let me know how the audio sounds, bro.
It sounds real good, man.
It sounds good, man. It sounds good.
Hey, Fifth Quarter Cowboys on YouTube, man. Y'all subscribe to me, man. Y'all know I don't really post in the off season unless something happen, but
hey, man, Fifth Quarter Cowboy. I don't know. I mean, not Fifth. Cowboys Corner. I got your your podcast here on my phone, but every time I want to listen to it, it says it can't play. I don't know what's going on.
The Frisco Report or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got to get with Joe on that.
And I gotta say this again. I want my apology about D-Law and Tyron Smith. I'm gonna say that again because I'm telling y'all, Tyron should have been gone 3 years ago. I'm telling y'all, DeMarcus Lawrence had a couple games where he came back this year and looked good. And other than that, he fell right back into who would you rather have, Randy Gregory or DeMarcus Lawrence?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Well, you crazy. Anyway, so
DeMarcus Lawrence. I stand on that. I stand on that.
Yeah,
we had a game where Gregory looked good, right? But then he goes up against the Cardinals against a backup offensive tackle, and he don't do nothing.
I don't know.
He don't do nothing.
I don't know, Gregory, with them penalties.
Oh my God!
You know what? That's a discipline thing that can be fixed.
That was
wifey in the house.
That was disgusting. What was that, dude? Back to back.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with the penalties, but that can be fixed.
Libby, is that your wife?
that wifey in the house.
Is that Libby? Oh my God!
That Libby right there.
Yeah,
But no, dude, I appreciate you guys coming in, man. I'm definitely going to put more lives together.
Yes, sir.
Put more lives together. But no, they're not a sponsor or anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all like the audio, like how it sounds, it's a USB port in. I'm telling you, it works on basically anything that has a USB port, and it's right here. It's on Amazon. It's only $50. It's only $50.
Man, come on, man. Folks all want to go to bed. Hurry up.
$54. So if you want a mic like this, guys, and y'all looking to upgrade y'all equipment and y'all don't want to spend $700 on a mic, this right here for $54, it gets you taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to bed, man. You can hold me on here too long.
If y'all want the link, send me an email, madmike950. I'll shoot you the straight Amazon link, but it's only $50. 8,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. So I'm not promoting it, but guys, again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in right here to the Cowboys Corner. I'll get with Joe on that, Ricky. Voice for Life. I'll get with them for sure on it. But no, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for joining. I almost said it's been your Dallas Cowboy football news. I don't do that intro no more. Are you guys in the Cowboys Corner? Peace.
Later, guys.